plants have undergone a long path of historical development, from precellular, unicellular, and colonial forms of life to complex multicellular organisms. In most ancient multicellular algae, the cells still differed little from one another in structure and function. After all, algae mainly spent and still spend their entire lives in an aquatic environment. During the evolution of terrestrial plants, the cells of the organism acquired specialization. They began to differ in structure and perform various functions. Thanks to this, cells overall began to function more efficiently, but at the same time, the dependence of one part of the body on another increased. The specialized cells of the vegetative body of modern higher plants are usually grouped together. Such groups of cells, similar in origin and structure and performing the same function, are called tissues. True tissues appeared after plants emerged onto land and are found in almost all higher plants, with the exception of most liverworts. Based on the shape of their constituent cells, tissues can be parenchymatous and prosenchymatous. Parenchymatous tissues, or parenchyma, consist of cells that are more or less the same size in all directions and occupy the largest volume in the organs of many plants. Prosenchymatous cells are elongated. Their length exceeds their width by more than 3-4 times. Tissues made of such cells serve, for example, to conduct water and substances dissolved in it throughout the plant body. Depending on the function they perform, plant tissues are divided into different groups. Tissues can be simple or complex. Simple tissues consist of one type of cell, while complex tissues consist of cells that differ in structure and perform additional functions alongside the primary ones. Depending on the primary function, two large groups of tissues are distinguished: meristematic tissues or meristems and permanent tissues. Most cells of the embryo are capable of dividing. Some of them retain the ability for a long time. These are the so-called initial cells. They remain at the embryonic stage of development throughout the life of plant. In many higher spore plants, growth occurs due to a single initial cell. The derivatives of the initial cell divide once or twice and begin to transform into cells of various tissues, losing the ability for further division. In this way, meristematic tissues give rise to permanent tissues. By their origin, all types of tissues can be primary or secondary.